A 5-star airline, the best airline in the world? This is what we usually call Qatar Airways. But is it still accurate? What is the current state of Qatar Airways right now? Let's find out with me in my quick trip report of my 2 flights with them. Hello from München, aka Munich, Germany. Today I'm having a 2-leg trip from München to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam via Doha, Qatar. After checking out from my hotel, I'm taking line S8 directly to München International Airport. If you are somewhere near the city centre, you could take both S1 or S8 to the airport from a central station. If you are somewhere near the east part of the city, the S8 would be the better option. After checking the digital board, I make my way to the Zone A of the Terminal 1. It's actually quite easy to orientate here at Munich International Airport. I'm here a little bit too early since the check-in counters are still not opened, but that's not a big deal. I love spending time at the airport and also enjoy queuing waiting for check-in. Check-in was smooth and the ground staff here was very nice and friendly. After that, I make my way to the Zone B to be airside. It's quite weird that you have to leave the airport building, go through a long hall outside to reach the Zone B, as there's no connection between these zones inside the airport. Security is kind of catastrophic, but the border control is very efficient. I'm finally airside and heading to the airport lounge in the B gate area. I used priority pass to get access to the lounge this time. This is one of my favorite airport lounges so far. Whenever flying from Munich, I really enjoy spending time here, as the lounge offers me spacious sittings and dining area, quiet and comfortable atmosphere, and the food is reasonably decent. I always prefer this personal pod where I can relax in my private space. I've already spoken about this lounge in a video of my flight to Bangkok with Lufthansa. You can check out the video to see more of my experience in this lounge and with my flight with Lufthansa as well. After spending some nice time in the lounge, I decide to go to the gate. My boarding gate today is B17 and I think this gate had a design flaw. This gate locates at a very narrow walking hall. When we are called for boarding, we have to line up along the hall and cause a massive traffic jam here, especially the area of the counter right in front of the entrance to the jet bridge. We are boarding on a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. Economy class cabin is with the configuration 333. I don't want a window seat at this time, as I don't want to disturb 2 passengers at once when I want to use the loo, so an aisle seat is a better choice for me. Awaiting at the seat is a headphone, a soft pillow and a blanket. You can easily adjust the headrest vertically or fold it from both sides. The seat has a pitch of 31 inches, so for a short person like me, the seat gives me enough space in the leg room to stretch the legs effortlessly. The seat also offers a sturdy foldable table. The seat also comes with a 13 inches HD touchscreen display. You can also pull the screen out if the person in front of you reclines his or her seat. On the screen there are 2 USB plugs if you want to charge your devices. You can also connect the screen with your personal headphone, as it is equipped with a plug for 3.5 jack cable. The code hook is attached to the right of the screen. There's also a small tray above the table so you can put your small personal things on it. How convenient! The seat, of course, can be reclined a bit. There are personal air vents on this Dreamliner. The IAV system of Qatar, the Oryx One, offers us massive choices of entertainment on its flight. You can check this out in my other videos with Qatar Airways that I link in the description. The screen is very modern and very responsive. Very nice. The interactive flight map looks nice as well. As the security video is played, the crew gives us a refreshing towel, very generous compared to the flight and economy class from Düsseldorf in my other video. This aircraft is equipped with an external camera so you won't miss anything outside if you don't have a window seat. It's time for takeoff. The flight takes about 5 hours to complete. This is a normal standard restroom in economy cabin. I've just explored an interesting mode of the flight map. It shows every famous animal species of each area in the world. Qatar Airways offers Wi-Fi on board for the passengers. If you have membership of Qatar Airways, you get complimentary connection for 1 hour regardless in which class you are flying. Otherwise, you can purchase $10 for a full plan. You can also retrieve the menu after getting connected. For the main course, you can choose between chicken option, beef option, or ravioli option. Not long after reaching the cruising altitude, the crew starts the service by getting around and handing out the snacks and the drinks. After about 1 hour later, we are served with a hot meal service. I want to choose the beef option, but the crew informed me that there's no portion left, so I go with the chicken option instead. She sincerely apologizes for that and asks me if I still want to have another meal if I may still feel hungry. I appreciate that, and I'm quite impressed how professional and attentive the crew on this flight is. After finishing the meal service, the lighting on this aircraft is set in dimmer mode. The crew still gets around and hands out the snacks to the passengers. The final beverages service is served an hour before landing. After about 5 hours flying, we are landing into Hamad International Airport in Doha, Qatar. It was a decent flight. I really have nothing to complain. With that kind of hard product and great service like that, I would give this flight 5 stars. Now I have about 3 hours layover here in Doha until my next flight to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. It's almost midnight here in Doha, but the airport is still very crowded with lots of passengers transiting to the flight after midnight. Hamad International Airport is also a major aviation hub in the Middle East, so the airport basically doesn't sleep at all. There's some green spaces inside the airport, which is really nice. The gate is still empty as it's still a little bit early to the boarding time. This is the workhorse for the second leg today, a Boeing 777-300ER. Now it's time for boarding. This aircraft belonged to Virgin Australia before transferring to Qatar Airways. At first, you see a business class in a 121 config. There's a section with premium economy seat based on a Virgin Australia config, Qatar Airways, so those seat as economy and serves economy service. Behind that is the economy cabin with the config 333 or the DAN 343 that you always see in the order 777. The headrest looks a bit hard and uncomfortable. Awaiting at the seat is a small soft pillow, a blanket, a usable headphone and an amenity kit. The legroom is great as I still have lots of space here between my legs and the seat in front of me. The aircraft is quite old, so you can find this strange IFV box in the legroom. The IFV screen is also very outdated and small. Attached next to the screen is a USB plug to charge your device. There's a remote control for the screen as well. Below that is a foldable tray table which is very sturdy and stable. On the armrest is a button to recline your seat and a plug for your headphone. With the config 333, the cabin doesn't look much dense. The IFV system on this aircraft is very outdated. The screen reacts very slowly to my interaction. The system offers very limited choices of entertainment items compared to the new Oryx one. We have a very standard loo here. It is clean indeed. I have nothing to complain or expect more here. Let's see the content of the amenity kit. Think pink. How lovely! We have here earplugs, an eye mask, a pair of socks and a toothbrush with toothpaste. Quite decent actually. After reaching the cruising altitude, I connect to the Wi-Fi to see the menu on board. For the main meal, there are choices between chicken with rice and omelette. The crew starts their service with a sandwich and a drink. I choose the chicken sandwich with a cola. Service is served smoothly as all the passengers want to finish the snack quickly and get some sleep. I fortunately managed to have about 3 hours sleep, even though the seat is kind of hard and not so comfortable. The crew once again gets around the cabin and serve the complimentary beverages. Of course, I'll go with a coffee to stay awake. We are now somewhere over India and ready for the main meal for today. I'll go with rice and chicken in pepper sauce served with fruit, mango pudding and soy bread. Complimentary beverages also come together. The meal tastes great. The rice luckily is still moist. I really dislike dry and hard rice. About 2 hours later, we start our descent to Ho Chi Minh City. On this flight, the soft product is considerably decent from my view. Crew is professional, friendly, food is great. But the hard product somehow disappoints me a bit, except from the unusual config 333. Hard, uncomfortable and outdated seat as well as the outdated IFV screen and system. So, in a nutshell, I definitely don't give this flight 5 stars, but it's not that bad at all to be honest. So, I would say maybe 4 or 4.5 stars. And Qatar Airways still deserves to be in the list of the best airlines in the world in my opinion. That's the end of the video today. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Goodbye!